Info Plus for genuine information.
नमस्कार, कार्यक्रम इन्फो प्लसमा यहाँहरू सम्पूर्णलाई स्वागत छ र आजको कुराकानीको लागि मसँग हुनुहुन्छ द डाइरेक्टर अफ अफेयर्स एक्जिबिशन्स एन्ड मिडिया स्टडी इन इन्डिया एक्सपो, मिस्टर विवेक शुक्ला. I would like to welcome him. Vivek sir, welcome to Nepal and welcome to the show as well.
Thank
and
you
also all the very best for the study in India Expo that is happening on 30th June to 1st July, right?
Right.
Let's start with your experience in this fair. Like we have witnessed your expo, educational fair for like more than I guess 15 years.
Yes.
Which is quite a very long time. And expo didn't happen during pandemic, and you have come up with yet another big expo here in Nepal. So you have underlined the word tagline, I must say, most reputed education fair studying in India. So would you like to add something more on this?
Certainly. I think first I would like to acknowledge that Nepal is one of the most favorite destinations. So we conduct exhibitions in 15 nations where we try and create the prospect of inviting foreign students to India to study in world-class universities and colleges. Nepal, why so favorite? Because last 15 years is a long journey, and I have really seen this market very, very closely. Interacted with thousands of Nepalese students in this, and the students are brilliant. I think they have, if they get good proper guidance at the right time, they can do wonders, and they are doing certainly great amount of great achievements. You know, it has been noticed when it comes to Nepalese students studying overseas, whether it's India or any other country. Yes, coming to your question of the most reputed education fair, I think this is I think the reflection of our company, our organization. And why? Because we have a very strict criteria of selecting the institutions.
So what comes under the criteria?
Yes. So the criteria is basically we look at their NRIF rating, the rating of QS, the rating of NAC accreditations. So looking at those, those kind of certification, accreditations and rating, we invite those institutions so that whether the institutions are from any part of India, but that should be institutions which provides great quality for the students here. So reputed in the sense, I think we get, and on the other side, this is very well appreciated by large number of parents in Nepal. Because they get to see one of the biggest Indian education brands here in
biggest and
top line institutions here in Nepal.
How do you explain India as a study destination for Nepalese students, knowing the fact that the huge number of Nepalese students are traveling to Australia, countries like UK, USA to pursue their higher education?
See, so India certainly doesn't need much of introduction because I think there is a people-to-people connect due to the proximity and the comfort level of Nepalese students which is there, traveling to India is not from recent time, but it's from very ancient time. So the relationship is certainly there. What has really progressed, the opportunities has multiplied in India. Now, India used to be a destination where affluent class from Nepal used to go and study, because that was that point of time, that was a good opportunity. But now, even if you look at variety of programs, catering to diverse section of the society across Nepal, has an option of going to India and study. Whether it's a undergraduate or a postgraduate programs, all such things are there. Now looking at the opportunity, what India has to offer, it's very, very precise and direct. What is India, the similarity between India and Nepal, that we are very, very cost sensitive and quality sensitive. Now with decent quality and an affordable cost is a package which is very well welcomed when we make a choice in India and Nepal. I think these are the two important things. So India is a great destination I would say a value proposition because at a reasonable cost you get good education. Secondly, India is a destination for education. Students going to India are mostly serious students because they know they are not going to get the PR there, right? So the objective, the students who are going to India to study, their focus is education. They want to do well in education, and then maybe for their post-graduation programs or research level studies, they also go to countries like UK, US, Australia, and many other. So these are the main focus areas, and looking at the numbers, it's growing very rapidly. The number of institutions which used to come to Nepal earlier, that has also multiplied. So the whole bandwidth of the offerings, whether it's courses, universities, programs, has multiplied in last 10 years.
And not only the geographical connectivity, but also there are a lot of similarities regarding culture, food, music, everything.
Absolutely. These things are so well known. So that's the reason I didn't want to repeat, because these things are absolutely accepted. Because whether it comes to food, the climate, you look at, take a quick train from the Rai region, take a flight in just 1.5 hours. You can reach in any metro city. 2 hours is a distance. So this is the whole and mostly, the young students, they need a support when it comes to culture.
Absolutely.
So the culture shock, especially when it comes to foreign land, because if you're not comfortable well even in English or in any regional language, still you can manage very well in India. So those things gives a extensive support to any foreign nationals, and especially to Nepalese students.
Okay. Let's talk about other countries as well, not just Nepali students, from students all around the world. So how do you see India as rising hub?
So India is now, preparing, or almost, there all across the globe, and wants to create an opportunity, global education hub for foreign students. So like our company, we are promoting India in 15 countries. Similarly, Government of India initiative is also there with their own department, and they are promoting study in India. So now proactively, government is also very proactively promoting Indian education in overseas market.
The support from government is a must.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that's the best way to do it, because this is the area which connects people to people.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're looking at cooperation, collaboration, working together, we need to understand each other's culture. I think India, the way they are promoting their education, and not only promoting in terms of course, the kind of scholarships what Indian governments are offering, I think that has multiplied, the opportunities has multiplied, not only for Nepalese students, but even for foreign students from all across the globe. Recently, we have done fairs in West Africa, so even African students are coming to India. So Nepalese students going to India, not only they get to interact with Indian students, but they also get an opportunity to have a very multicultural environment where students from around the world. That is again, and again, multicultural environment is there in UK, US, Singapore as well. But look at the cost proposition. So quality is there, that multicultural environment is there, opportunity to learn from foreign faculties are there. So the whole proposition is becoming better year on year.
Let's come to Study in India Expo. We just organized it in big cities of Nepal, Birganj, Butwal, and then Viratnagar recently. So how impactful was it?
Oh, brilliant. I think we have been doing fairs in so many years only in Kathmandu. From this year we started expanding to, I think a couple of years back before COVID, to Viratnagar and few other places. I think every region in Nepal, the youth, they need guidance. I see a lot of information gaps are there, a lot of myths are there. Awareness level is not as high as Kathmandu. So I think the right of information, every Nepalese students has that right to know what is good for them. So even career counseling, career guidance, collecting information about different universities, it's much needed. And I think with our Study in India Expo, we have been able to, at least to a certain extent, fill those gaps and created that opportunity for students to at least sensitize their mind that no, these are not only 2-3 options are there. The options are, there's a plethora of options for you. At least explore those options and then decide which university or a college can provide those programs for you. So it's all about raising awareness. We are basically creating an opportunity to raise awareness. Then the college, universities directly, they engage with the students and then they offer admissions to them.
So when you talk about the proper guidance to the students and the gaps of communications, knowledge, what comes under proper guidance? So
guidance, so during even our expo, we try to keep a career counseling sessions, especially for a 12 pass out students. If they are a science stream or a humanities students, they are not much aware about beside 2-3 programs. So giving them the guidance that this is through humanities, you can get into around more than 45 careers. Through medical, through science, you can get into medical and non-medical both. What are the requirement? Where physics, chemistry, biology is a requirement, or physics, chemistry maths is a requirement.
Of which most of them are unaware.
Yes. So generally they are not aware. So and some students are always aware, they make their preparation. But I'm talking about a general trend. So I think awareness level is important, so that while they are selecting their streams, they also select the right combination if they are aiming at a particular program. Then they finally see that, okay, oh my God, I have not taken maths here, or I have not taken physics. Physics is an important subject. So these are the challenges which students are generally facing. And I'm sure the awareness level is increasing, and with such kind of intervention, I'm sure they will be in a better position. Even the other parts of Nepal, students will be in a better position year on year to make the right choice for themselves.
It seems like we see the quality top universities and colleges, educational institutions from India are participating in this fair. So you're definitely expecting the quality crowd of students in Nepal, parents in Nepal. So what is that you appeal to the parents and students?
I think my humble suggestion, request to the parents, especially to the parents, this is an opportunity where spending couple of hours at the Study in India Expo, you get to meet India's top ranked institutions all under one roof. With that, if your preference is Bangalore, preference is Kolkata, Delhi NCR, Hyderabad, you name any leading city of India, you will find institutions which are there. Now, visiting this fair, I think just two things you need to take care of while visiting the exhibitions. Don't decide on a university first or a college. First, think about what program is suitable for your children.
Absolutely.
First, select the course, decide on a course, and then you figure out this particular course is provided in which other universities. Then certainly you can make your checklist and you can make your order of preference. So always I say there's a negotiable and a non-negotiable items should be there in your list. So if you are ready, with negotiables, that fees is an important element, that you always have a budget. So think about a budget, think about a location, think about which are the two, three colleges. And then after doing the shortlisting process, take your time, go back. No hurry at all to take the final decision here. Still, the results are still awaited, but please do your enrollment so that at least your registration process is completed. So once the results, many universities are offering provisional admissions. So use this opportunity to generate more information, create more opportunity so that you can make a very informed decision for your children.
As an organizer, continuing the legacy of success, what values that you have added for this education fair that benefits Nepalese students and parents?
So this time we have the maximum number of universities. I think we have crossed, close to 45 institutions are participating. This is the maximum number ever we have touched, looking at the size of the venue, because we cannot accommodate more than this. So this is one new addition, and the profile is certainly, it's much better than last 2 years what we have done. Profile of the universities. Thirdly, the best thing, because now, as I mentioned, Study in India, Government of India initiative, they also having scholarship schemes which are going. So students have an option of obtaining up to 75% scholarships in one of the best institutions. They have to, they have to appear for entrance exams which is conducted. So these are the opportunities which are there. Now for the guidance, in case students need some more guidance, our team is there. In fact, I love to interact with the students and I guide them personally. So if some students or parents, if they are willing, if they have some information, maybe you will find me there, certainly at the exhibitions, and you can have a good interaction with me. I'll really look forward to have a one-on-one interaction with you.
You just mentioned scholarships. So are there any considerations for students who are in financial issues after pandemic, because pandemic has hit the financial disbalance in every individual? So are there any consideration or scholarships or similar to that to the students who are in need?
Yeah, so two aspects are there. Not all, but most of the institutions, they have their own scholarship schemes. Then there's a government scholarship schemes. And there's also some institutions provide financial assistance to those who cannot afford it, right? So scholarships are basically creating, generally, meritorious scholarships are there, which, they don't look at your profile in terms of financial profile. But besides merit scholarships, there are also financial subsidy which are given by some of the institution, not all, some of the institution to those who cannot afford their fees. So this goes up to 100%. So that is as a part of corporate social responsibility. Many top-rung universities, they have this financial subsidy schemes for the students, which goes up to 100%.
So after pandemic, I hope educational institutions are ready to welcome the Nepalese students. So is there something that you address, that you have to say to address the concern of Nepalese parents?
Yeah, I would only harp on only one thing now at this point of time, because many things I have repeated several times. When you're looking at India, don't make your criteria to select Indian institution on the basis of scholarships. No, I think there you will go wrong, certainly. So scholarship is certainly there, but don't think that you are getting somewhere 75% or 100% scholarships, so you should send your children there. No, look at the main suitability. If you can afford, fine, that's fantastic, you should go for it. So the criteria, the order of preference should not be there that wherever I'll get the maximum scholarship, I will put my son or daughter there. No, I think please don't do that, because there I think the fitment of the program is important, the fitment of the institutions are important. These things you should keep in mind. For more assistance, I would love to have an interaction in case if you are coming, and I would invite through this show all the parents of Kathmandu, especially because we get plenty of thousands of students attending, but I really look forward to see the parents here, so that parents and students together, they can make a better choice.
When we talk about pursuing higher education in foreign land, we see we have dreams, high dreams of having quality education, but in ground, students are facing difficulties.
Certainly.
They have dark side.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I completely agree with you, but please try and understand why there's such problems. Maybe while deciding on an institution or deciding on a program, the student have not done a judicious call. I always suggest parents and students, make the shortlisting here, take a flight, take a train, go to India, look at the institutions. Today is a social media age.
Absolutely.
Every student has to take some initiative to cross-check. If you are a university, I should ask and go first 2 things that, how many Nepalese students you have in your campus. Are there someone from Biratnagar, Birganj, Bhutpal or Kathmandu or any other cities? Can you give me 2 references of your alumni? It's so easy to cross-check. Always a Nepalese student will always help students.
Absolutely.
Get the real feedback. So in social media times, go to the social media page, scroll down and see actually what kind of events are happening,
Do
what
some
kind
research.
of placements are happening. Websites, I always say ignore the website. Website generally
is that?
always, no, it's very static, it's not dynamic. So your company website or my company website does not get updated every day. Maybe in a year we update it. So you will not find, you will get a glimpse and an overview about the institution. But you want to understand social media, a peer group interaction is important. Today, putting just a small comment that I'm looking for admissions, now there are plenty of sites, Quora is there, and there are plenty of sites. Today in social media time, every students can get a quick feedback. But that effort I see is always missing, most of the time missing, because they don't want to take so much of pain and get into, because deciding on, it's always an expectation mismatch. So some institutions offer vegetarian food, some institutions have their own USPs which are written there, but at least we have to set a right expectation. So I'm not just saying this. On the other side, certainly in this big country like India, or you take any country, UK, US, always there are some good and bad elements which are there, right? So as a consumer, we have to be aware. In case if you feel cheated, you should raise your voice.
So how do we do that?
You should put this on social media. At least let them, if you are reasonably good, if you are confident, report this to the university
Media.
authority. First it has to go in order. If some complaint, as per the UGC guidelines, of Government of India, every university has an international office, independent international office. So this is basically has been created so that the assistance to every foreign students can be provided through this international office.
That address the problems of students.
Absolutely. So this is a mandated thing from University Grant Commission, which is a apex body above all the universities, right? So this international office does the facilitation work. But in case if things are not happening, see, going through the right channel is always the right thing, because all of us are in the education sector. If things are not happening, still, its corrections are not there, then you do whatever you want to do, put this in social media, go to media, those things are there.
In order.
So those are your fundamental rights. No one is seizing those rights. Those things are there, but at least set your priority, take one step another, and problems are there everywhere, whether it's our family, our own self, inner self, or in the outside world. These conflicts will always be there. But I think we should have the capacity to build our mind so that in such a manner so that we can resolve these conflicts, right? Going through the right channel, at least bring this to the notice of the higher management, so that if some problems are there regarding, some food, generally problems are food and hostel, these problems are there, right? So when you go and inspect a university, can I see your hostel? No one would say, we won't show you the hostel. But if I'll go from one country, from India to UK, to any university or any other country, setting a mindset that my hostel will be like this Radisson hotel, and if I'll not find there, so my expectation is mismatched. If I have right to be unhappy, but we have to question whether it's reasonable, whether it's right or wrong.
Absolutely.
So it's everywhere. We have to be little more particular, get little more into deeper right, start asking questions. Always I push Nepali student, they ask questions, they ask very little questions. They ask very little questions, and they ask questions when they are in big group. So they are a bit shy. This is the beauty of the Nepalese students. I really like them. So because since I'm coming from last so many years, I really push them. Then no, you should go and ask questions. These are the questions. So generally when we conduct sessions, we give them ready-made questions. These are the 10 questions you should ask. You should ask about how old is your institution? How many Nepalese students are studying in can I get some reference? How many have been placed in India? Because Nepalese students can also, after completing the study, can work in India. Okay, these opportunities are also there. So now, at least asking the right questions is something very, very important. But if I'm just go and ask about the program and what scholarship you're offering, this is not good enough.
Okay.
You see, as a consumer, this common platform is raising the awareness. Our job is awareness. So awareness has certainly, gone up. That's the reason, so many students are doing so well, even in India and other countries. So raising the awareness is our job. Providing the information is our job. Bringing the top institution directly so that you can have a direct interaction with the university is our job. That's what we are doing. So at the doorstep, we are creating this opportunity, but it has to be optimized and utilized by the parents and students.
We are now at the end of the show. Is there anything that you would like to say to our viewers?
Thank you very much for accepting affairs in Nepal. I always feel at home when I'm there in Nepal, because of lot of love and affection which we have got, and thousands of parents and students have endorsed. I think now people say that it's an affairs fair, we should go. I think that's a perception. I have got the feedback from the market, and I really appreciate and thank you so much. Utilize these 2 days, tomorrow and day after, 30th June and 1st July. I'm sure this will solve most of your queries pertaining to the careers, and I'm sure the students and the parents will find the right destination for themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time, and also for giving the detailed information on this expo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Info Plus, for genuine information.